Well, good morning, Saints. It's time for Good News at 9. We've been reading through the Sermon on the Mount this week, and in conjunction with that, I would have you to read 1 Corinthians 13. Now, you might think, what in the world does 1 Corinthians 13 have to do with the Sermon on the Mount? But when you read through 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter we call it, you recognize that there are some things there that would be impossible to do consistently in the human flesh, within our own power, we would say, just like the Sermon on the Mount. So what you have in 1 Corinthians 13 is a really good summary of Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7. Paul says to us, in essence, this is what a mature Christian will look like. This is how a mature Christian will behave. 1 Corinthians 13 is not something we can do in our own strength. We can't just determine to be more patient and kind. We can't determine to be less rude. We can't determine to not keep a record of wrongs, among the other things you find there. It's something that we learn how to do as we sit at the feet of Jesus and listen to his teaching, as we become his apprentices. So as we give ourselves to the instruction of Jesus on a consistent basis, we then begin to live out 1 Corinthians 13. So read that today, and as you read through it, remind yourself that it really is a summary of Jesus' teaching in Matthew 5, 6, and 7. Because if we learn to love like 1 Corinthians 13, then we most certainly will be living out the Sermon on the Mount. We can do that because we have Christ as our teacher, the Holy Spirit as our constant guide, and the Word to be feasting on continually and hiding in our hearts. It's in a combination of all of those things, as we practice those things, that this becomes a reality in our life. You know what I say, and get her done.